It's that time again. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this new video. My name is Benny. As y'all know me. Fuck my chair. Come on, work. Hi. We are back with another reaction video. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm out of ideas. Kinda. But these reaction videos are fun to do. They bring a lot of views, they bring a lot of attention, bring a lot of people, and you guys like them, so we'll just do them. You know, what's wrong with it? So today we are back with another game theory reaction video of, you know, the Minecraft series that we've been reacting to. Now I know this video is 1 month old, and I'm sorry, but you know, now I'm here, it's here, this is me. Here we go. Okay, so this is it. Minecraft and the power of the dead. Now what I want you. So I want you, silly little twat. What could this mean? What could this possibly mean? I mean, Minecraft and the power of dead. Oh, it's power of the dead. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just blind. The power of the dead. What could it mean in God's name? Let's speculate for a bit. I have no idea. Do you? Yeah, I mean, maybe if you've seen the video, of course. But I have no idea. But let's just go in and let's just react to some more game theory. Here we go. I'm so happy that we can do this again. Ooh, another. Peace. Hell yeah. Damn!
Hey, nice.
He got the new AirPods though. Look at it. This is like a running joke I had with friends. Maybe it was even on the SMP server that I made a video on. But come on. These iron boots look like AirPods. Like, come on. You cannot deny. You cannot deny.
Hey, nice kicks you got there. Wonder what I'll get.
Oh, it's like the trading
My
system.
turn. Here you go, shopkeep. 1 gold ingot.
Is it fake? Fake gold? String.
Wait, this is just a wad of string. Fine, here's another one. What do I get?
Gravel.
Random barters suck.
I mean, maybe you would just get tons of ender pearls. You're not like Dream. Like Dream, that lucky bastard. But now he just got tons of gravel. That's sad. I feel that Minecraft pain, brother.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Welcome,
the show that's
Matt.
taken
Hello.
a nether dive into the deep end of Minecraft's hidden lore. It's also time for me to
We all
remind
love
you that
those
it's
dad
now
jokes.
the end of the 10-year anniversary month here on the channel, that is, which means that this
of
is
course,
your
yeah.
absolute last chance to pick up the once-in-a-lifetime commemorative anniversary theoryware.
I didn't get them. I'm a dumbass. I mean, I've never bought YouTuber merch. I did. I went to a Markiplier, not meetup, but he did a show around Europe, and I went to that, and I got a Markiplier cap. I have it somewhere. Maybe I'll do it in another video if you guys want to see it. But it's really fun. But yeah, these look like fun. I really want to support MatPat, but I totally forgot about it. I'm sorry, MatPat. If you see this, I'm sorry, bro. I wanted to support you. I'm saying, bro, unironically, I'm going further with the reaction video. This is awful.
Hoodie or t-shirt with gold printed references to the
them.
past 10 years
If
of
you
theories.
haven't already, just subscribe to Game Theory in general. Like, what are you doing? You're watching this reaction video, so you probably would like it. If you haven't, go to Game Theory right now and go subscribe. If you don't have a Google account, then make one and go do it. He deserves all the support. Just clarifying.
Available below this video only for the next few days. It's been almost 2 years since we started journeying down into this lore rabbit hole, but there's one area of the Minecraft universe that I've yet to cover in depth. My friends, we are long overdue for a discussion of the Netherlands.
My country!
The Netherlands,
Oh.
the Nether space lands, the lands of the Nether, the Nether regions. Oh, you know what I mean. The Nether is, in my estimation, one of the most misunderstood parts of the Minecraft canon, and it all stems from the widespread misconception that the Nether is located deep beneath the overworld. Now, don't get me wrong, I get why everyone thinks this. The Nether is located entirely underground with no sky above it. Dig up, and you'll only hit a bedrock ceiling. And the fact that distance traveled in the Nether translates to a much greater distance traveled in the overworld makes a lot of sense if they're concentric circles around a single core. Even the fact...
That actually does make a lot of sense. I've never thought of that. I'm honestly mind blown by a game theory video. Well, it would make sense, but it would have been a little bit fucked if you could travel, like, if you got through the bedrock at the bottom, you would just go to the Nether. That would cause a lot of problems with ghosts and shit spawning. So I get why they would do that. Why they wouldn't, like, connect it. But I think they do mean it that it is connected, like, that the Nether is under it. But I didn't want it to implement it right there, because it would cause a lot of problems for the game. So I get it. It's probably the right thing, actually. But I don't think it's a theory anymore. Hopefully Mojang confirms it soon, because it seems like just the perfect way to do it. Just say, yeah, well, it was the intention that it was hell, and it was under the earth of Minecraft. But we can implement it because of game reasons. And I think that's the valid answer.
The fact that they named the game starting position as the overworld seems to imply the existence of an underworld, a world associated with Hades, the fire-filled, dangerous hexscape filled with dead souls, which is exactly what the Nether is. I mean, you don't even have to go that far. By dictionary definition, Nether actually means lower in position, under or below. All the evidence is pointing to this one conclusion. Like, it is a slam dunk of a theory. At least it would be if it wasn't 100% wrong. Don't shoot the messenger here, friends. Minecraft...
It is? That just doesn't make any sense. There's so much evidence. Fuck you, Nathan Adams.
Minecraft's technical director Nathan Adams confirmed this in a tweet, saying that the Nether is a, quote, separate dimension. While the idea of the Nether being below the overworld is a common belief, it's not what they're going for. Well, you know what, Mojang? You could have fooled us. Anyway, knowing that the Nether is its own separate world connected to the overworld only through portals has some shocking and unsettling implications for the Minecraft universe. First off, the idea of the Nether as a completely isolated underground ecosystem is fascinating. It is quite literally a world with no sun. In gameplay terms, this means that there's no day-night cycle, but on a more basic level, it leaves us with the fundamental question of how would a world like this actually be able to function? Like, where is it getting its energy from?
That's very cool.
Here on Earth, pretty much all our energy originates
This is what I like so much about game theory. You think they would go for an easy theory, but they don't. They go out of the way to make something so special, so unique, that you get interested in everything that they do. So fun.
Sun. Think about it. Either it's a plant who performs photosynthesis to draw energy from the sun, or it's an animal that gets its energy by eating those plants, or it's a carnivore that gets its energy by eating those animals, which is just getting energy from the sun with extra steps. So how do you sustain life in a world with no sun? The Nether proposes an answer. Fungus. In the Nether, we have no plants, only fungus. Instead of trees, we have huge fungi. Instead of grass, we have nylium. Even the weeping vines, which may at first appear to be plants, must be a fungus based on their red color variant. Plants are green because of their chlorophyll, which is how they use photosynthesis. Fungus, on the other hand, doesn't get their energy from the sun, which is how they're able to get colors like red and teal. But all of this leaves us with a big question.
Where do fungi actually get their energy from? Just from the ground? From like dirt or something? That's interesting. I want to know that.
If the fungi aren't getting their energy from the sun like normal plants would, where do they get their energy from? Well, in the real world, fungi leach the nutrients that they need from the environment around them. It's why mushrooms are often found attached to rotting trees and logs. Even when mushrooms aren't directly attaching themselves to decaying organisms, they're able to get what they need from the soil, which is filled with nutrients from the creatures and plants that died and decomposed there. When you look at it like this, it would seem like the Nether should be a sustainable ecosystem, where various mobs like the piglins are able to survive by eating fungi, and when the piglins die, their bodies decompose and the nutrients are absorbed back by the fungi. It's all part of the circle of life. But there's one big problem with this system. It just doesn't work that way. The way humans and piglins and fungi and Minecraft Steve and Alex work is that we get nutrients in a really inefficient way. It isn't like the water cycle where there's a fixed amount of H2O that gets cycled around. When you eat plants or hamburgers or fungi or whatever for food, it's true, some of the calories in that food are going to go to help your body grow so that when your body eventually expires and decomposes, it's going to provide food for the worms, and the energy cycle continues. But think about the idea of burning calories. Those are the calories that you eat getting converted into other forms of energy, like movement and heat. Even when you're sitting completely still, your body is still burning calories to do things like pump blood through your veins, keep your lungs breathing air. Heck, even the process of digesting the food in the first place burns some number of calories, and that's all energy that plants and animals can't use. In short, the nutritional cycle of the ecosystem is losing energy, leaving the Nether with a constantly dwindling supply of useful resources needed to sustain life. If you need a good visual example for all this, a paper from 2008 looked at what's called the feed ratio for different animals like cows, pigs, and chickens. Cows, for example, have a feed ratio of 25:1, which means that for every 25 calories of feed that's given to a cow, we only get 1 calorie back of usable meat. This is actually one of the environmental arguments for vegetarianism, cutting out the inefficient middleman of these animals and just eating the plants ourselves.
Yeah, that's... Dude, I've tried to be vegan. Well, I've not tried myself because I'm still in a household with my parents and all that. But we do sometimes eat vegan stuff. And it's okay. But most people are just really attached to meat. But it's if I could go vegan without having the sadness of not getting to eat meat, I would totally do that, because I would want to be vegan, but only if we could get like meat that exactly smells and tastes like meat that we have right now, or even for the most dumb of individuals that actually look like meat. Well, what they are doing in America, but for a sad reason we don't have it here in the Netherlands yet, like good ones. We do have vegan meat, in, if you want to call it like that, but most of it doesn't taste good at all. So we could probably get to a future like, what, 5 years, 10 years, if we're gonna stake real long about it. Then we have like those meat copies all around the world that don't require to kill animals, which is a good thing. It does take a lot of energy to make it, but probably less, and it's better for the environment, and those are just small steps, and really good steps.
Or, at the very least, switching to meats that have a more sustainable feed ratio like chickens, which have a feed ratio of 4.5:1. Still fairly inefficient, but not nearly as wasteful as beef. The long and short of it, though, is that in no circumstance are you putting 1 calorie in and getting 1 calorie out. The system is constantly leaking energy. It's the basic principle of entropy, so how do you beat it? Well, on Earth, we have the benefit of not being a closed system. We import most of our...
To me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can
energy from outer space. Now, that might seem like a weird thing to say, but it's entirely true. We're constantly getting blasted with new energy from the sun at a rate of 173 million gigajoules per second. To put that number into perspective, that's around 12 times New York City's annual power consumption, hitting the Earth every second. And that means that while the nutritional cycle is constantly losing energy, it's also gaining a ton of energy as plants capture that from the sun. And mind you, it takes a lot of energy from the sun to sustain this. The only way the circle of life thing actually works is for literally 99.9% of life on land to be plant. Plants can harness energy from the sun. The rest of us are basically just freeloading off their hard work. So with all that context, let's talk Minecraft.
Damn,
the overworld works the same way as Earth. Lots of plants and the sun constantly pumping in new energy. But the Nether doesn't seem to work that way. It's a closed ecosystem. There isn't energy coming from an outside source. So how can the Nether survive? Well, when you think about it, the Nether actually is chock full of an abundant energy source. A much darker, more disturbing, and sinister source of energy. Souls. Like seriously, there is nothing subtle about the horror of souls trapped in the sand beneath your feet in the Nether.
Didn't we already get like a theory about soul sand? And that there are souls inside of it? I think we did.
The idea that these trapped souls might serve as a source of energy for the biome is actually well supported within established Minecraft lore. In the newly released Minecraft dungeons, the souls that you obtain from killing mobs can be used as a power source for various artifacts. And several months ago, when I did a video analyzing the reveal of the Warden mob with Dream, we pointed out that the Warden appears to be powered by caged souls that are trapped in its chest. Heck, you've probably even harnessed the energy yourself if you've ever run a soul sand farm. It's the best way to grow nether wart for making potions. In short, the body of a dead mob spawn might not have much energy in terms of raw calories,
it
but
all makes sense.
The power
it all
of the
makes
soul
sense. That's
does.
just it.
But that still leaves us with the important question of how. Even if souls are the thing providing a renewable source of energy to the nether, where did they come from in the first place? After all, they're the souls of something, or maybe more accurately, someone.
I mean, that is true, but I guess creatures just die, so it's creatures from in the nether. But if he's gonna say it was only like the old builders, you know, those people, then the nether would eventually run out of souls, which they won't supply their ecosystem anymore. So I wonder what his answer is going to be.
Well, a big clue might exist in the nether portals themselves. To build a nether portal, you need obsidian, and one of the easiest ways to make obsidian is by blending lava with good old H2O, except there's a problem. While lava is certainly abundant in the nether, water isn't. In fact, you can't even pour water in the nether, which gives us really strong evidence pointing to the fact that the overworld portal was the first to be created, and it was the nether that was being invaded. In fact, the more you look into it, the more it makes sense. Consider, if you will, the existence of the warped forest. While the word warped probably makes you think of things like twisted or wrong, the word warp actually has a very specific meaning in the world of botany and agriculture. Specifically, warping refers to the process of taking river water that's rich in sediment, letting it flood over agricultural land, and then draining it all away, thereby transforming an area that was once dry and barren into now nutrient-rich soil. And while that might seem like a strange thing for me to bring up in a Minecraft video, it might help explain why the warped forest feels like such an outlier when compared with the rest of the nether. Maybe the word warped here isn't so much a reference to the oddness of the forest, but rather to the way it was created. Think about it. Dry soil transformed into rich land. I mean, that is the definition of these small little pockets found in the nether. And what's more, the warped forest is relatively safe for us because the only mobs you find there are striders and endermen. Think about that for a minute. Striders are apparently so domesticated that they'll let you ride on them. They are naturally friendly to Minecraft Steve's race. And endermen, who, as we've hypothesized in previous theories, are actually our ancestors, the descendants of ancient builders who abandoned the overworld long ago. The warped forest, both in its name and in the very nature of what it is, might suggest that it's not a natural formation, but something spawned by outsiders. Builders who came from the overworld saw the nether as a hostile environment and sought to terraform it, transform it into something more like the overworld that they came from. But there's a dark side to all of this too. Regardless of how life in the nether may have gotten started, it's currently a system that's reliant on the energy of souls to sustain it. In order to beat entropy, it has to pull energy from some renewable source. And unlike the overworld, it doesn't have a sun conveniently located overhead flooding the world with energy every day. In other words, the nether has two possible fates. One is to fade away as all its useful energy gradually gets converted to heat, and it's no longer able to sustain life. The other possibility is that it draws its energy from somewhere else, the constant influx of fresh souls from arrogant overworld adventurers. After all, the nether seems practically designed to harvest the souls of overworld adventurers. It seems that the only way to prevent your soul from being ripped from your body is to remain in a constant state of vigilance. Allow yourself to grow tired and nod off in the nether and, well, you know what happens. The bed blows up. The moment your eyes shut and your mind starts to drift into dreamland, that's the end of your worldly existence. Just another fresh soul to feed a dimension that's hungry for energy. Now that gives a whole new meaning to the phrase.
That would probably mean that like one soul produces a tons amount of energy, because like in theory not a lot of adventurers go to the nether except you. You seem to be the only one, the only good explorer, and if that isn't the case, then a lot of years would pass until the next adventure would come in the world. I don't know how he wants to explain that, but that would mean that one soul would contain a lot of energy, or that other souls might be from the old builders who still produce energy by their souls. It is kind of a weird theory, and he did explain a lot of interesting points like at the beginning, but then he went to the big theory about it today, and I don't know. wasn't as strong.
Soul food. And speaking of soul food, nothing quite feeds your soul quite like music. Yeah, alright, maybe it wasn't the most seamless transition I've ever done, but you know how they always say that music is good for the soul? We'll start stuffing that music food into your ear mouth by using the best audio fork available.
No, I'm not gonna promote Raycon on this channel until they sponsor me. Never gonna happen. I want to hear the quote. Goodbye, theory.
Phone call.
No, fuck off. No, he still has it. He still has them. He still has Raycon. No. People, Raycon bad. Don't buy. Okay, he's not gonna say, but hey, that's just a theory. Fuck you, MatPat. Worst one yet. Fuck your theory. Fuck Raycon. Stupid. I'm done. No. Fine theory. If you did like this video, then give it a like and subscribe to this channel. But I'm mad. He didn't say, but hey, that was just a theory. Again!